Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, the Stampin' Chick, here with the October 2021 Peaceful Christmas Paper Pumpkin Kit. Yay! I have to say that this kit is just as lovely as the box. Isn't it beautiful? So pretty. Okay, let's get right into this kit, shall we? I have a lot to share with you, so let's get started on the kit itself. First of all, it is 10 Christmas cards, 5 each of 2 designs. Absolutely beautiful. I love the color scheme. I love the designs. And if you're looking at these and thinking to yourself, they look like they coordinate with the Peaceful Christmas Suite, you are correct. So, the Peaceful Place collection of products in the holiday catalog absolutely coordinate with our Peaceful Christmas project kit. So it's absolutely beautiful. And I love the way that Stampin' Up! Does that. Always thinking about things that coordinate and go together beautifully, and it's just so wonderful. It makes things so much easier to design stuff too, doesn't it? Alright, so we know that this coordinates with the Peaceful Place collection. Let's take a look at the stamp set. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love all of these fabulous Christmas sentiments. We've got a row of evergreen trees and then a super cute snowflake cluster, which is just absolutely beautiful. And this month's kit, we have the Shaded Spruce ink spot. We've got a little spool of red twine, which I've already been using a little bit of. And then these really, really pretty little gemstones, which are multifaceted and multicolored too. And they're absolutely stunning. I wish we could get these in the annual catalog. So cute. Okay, this month's kit has a red tissue paper, which surprisingly I haven't used yet for the alternative projects. However, I already know that's coming, so you'll have to stay tuned for something like that because it's definitely gonna happen. It's so pretty. Okay, let me get this stuff out of the way. And I'm just gonna slide everything over just a little bit here and get my instruction sheet so that we can do this. Okay, let me move things. I have all of the fun alternative projects that I'm going to share with you right here in the way. So, let me get them out of the way. I'm going to need those. I'm going to need this. I'm not going to use my ink spot because, of course, I'm going to use my full-sized ink pad, which you know I love to do. And then I have both of the card kits right here. So I have one of each. Let's see which one we're going to do first. All right, I will tell you another thing that I absolutely love. The envelopes have this beautiful silver foiling on the outside and then a super fun green buffalo plaid on the inside, which is so cute. All right, so for this project, we have the green card base. We have the buffalo check layer. We have the vellum die cut trees, which are so cute. We've got this is coordinating with the timber embossing folder that goes with the Peaceful Place collection in the catalog. But this is stamped, and I believe this is going to be basic gray. Yes, basic gray. And then we've got a real red banner and then a silver foil die cut Noel. You can see I've been playing. Oops. Inking fingers everywhere. I love these little laser cut words. They're very pretty and I love the font too, so they're so nice. Okay, now I noticed that this particular instruction sheet is even better than the last one was. So we've talked about how they've upped the game when it comes to the instruction sheet, where they've shown in color pictures as well as the number of dimensionals and adhesive dots and the little gemstones. And I mean, they really get very specific and detailed, which I absolutely love. Now this is perfect for folks who have never done a stitch of stamping before. They are able to see step by step exactly what to do. So you see the block with the stamp on it, you've got the green ink, and then you stamp it to that layer. You use the dimensionals to attach it to the card base. Use the adhesive dots across the middle portion of the vellum, attach that to the card front, and then you can see dimensionals and the adhesive dots for the Noel and the little banner, and then you can see them assembled. And then we have the 3 little rhinestones, and you can see where they've been placed. So it's very nicely laid out. The instructions are absolutely amazing. And you know what? If you're an avid crafter and you don't need the instructions, because we don't need no stinking instructions, we can look at the picture, or we can go rogue and do our own thing, right? I also love that Stampin' Up! Is reminding us about all of the basic Stampin' tools as well. So you know, in your first paper pumpkin kit, you got that little flat size D block, and that block is perfectly acceptable. It's wonderful to use for all of the paper pumpkin stamps. However, the ergonomic stamp blocks, acrylic blocks, are really nice. They're easy to hold on to. In theory, you're not getting ink on your fingers. That's actually not from stamping, that's from coloring, so it's different. But it's easier to hold, and especially for younger or older folks, it's easier to hang on to this ergonomic block than it is that thinner flat one. So that's just something to think about if you are a beginning stamper and just getting into paper pumpkin and you think, I don't need that. Also, it's really nice to have the big ink pad instead of the little Stampin' spots, but these are fabulous. They just run out of ink before long, okay? All right, so getting into our project, as it were, I'm going to set the instruction sheet aside, and then I want to stamp this portion with the trees. And this is where that bigger ink pad is going to come really handy, because I'm able to do it all in one shot. And then I'm going to just stamp it, stay in the screen and out of the view. Okay. There we go. Close it up. Add my dimensionals. Now, I will admit, the paper pumpkin instruction says to only use 4 dimensionals, but I am definitely a put one in the center of the card base girl. So, especially on a piece this big, I don't want it to sag in the middle. So, I'm going to put that extra dimensional on there. You have enough, you have plenty in your kit to add that one more. So, let's just do that. Alright, I'm making sure my card base is upright and lining this up. There we go. Very nice. Okay, and then I'm going to use multi-purpose liquid glue instead of the little adhesive dots. So you can use either one. It's entirely up to you. I am still going to put it right about where Stampin' Up! Suggests to put the adhesive dots. So just to go along with the instructions, here we go, right across there, and then I'll put that down here. There we go. All right, now we're not worried about these because we're actually going to be covering them up with the labels, so that's why it does not matter. All right, now this piece is going to go on dimensionals, so we'll go ahead and put that on. All right, and then it's going to go right there. Very nice. See, all covered up, looking fabulous. All right, again with the liquid glue, anywhere that there is supposed to be the adhesive dots for this, I'm going to put liquid glue, okay? All right, so we'll line this up across here. Looks pretty good. There we go. All right, and then the Noel. And we're going to be just across the center sections of the Noel as well, because it's going to hang off the edges a little bit and we don't want sticky to get everywhere. Okay. There we are. Beautiful. Okay, now the last thing that we need to do is put some of these beautiful gemstones on here. So let me grab one here, one here, and come here, one here. All right, there we go. Card number 1, super, super cute. Now, Stampin' Up, or Paper Pumpkin rather, doesn't usually give you any kind of instruction for the inside, and as you know, if you followed me for any length of time, I insist and repeat religiously, no naked insides and no naked envelopes. So, with that being said, let me bring in my scrap paper and show you what I'm going to do with the inside of this card, okay? We're going to follow the outside to the inside, and then of course the envelope doesn't need any kind of decoration at all because it's already beautifully decorated, and this will tie in with that as well. So we're going to use that row of trees, and I'm going to take it right to the edge, just like that, and then ink it up again and go right to the edge over here, just like that, okay? And now our inside is embellished and looks much better than being naked, and then we've still got plenty of room to write our sentiment, okay? So, card number 1 is done. All right, let me get that out of the way. Grab the envelope for card number 2. Again, with the beautiful envelope. I absolutely love it. And check out this card base. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, of course, right away, I'm sure that you're thinking you could easily cut this in half and make 2 different cards out of it, and you would be absolutely right. Of course, you know, if you follow me, I always do one of each of the products exactly how it is on the instruction sheet. So I'm going to leave it as it is intact. And so you'll need that card base. You'll need the plaid circle. You'll need one of those red banners. One of the beautiful silver foil trimmed labels. And then a bit of the ribbon, which I'm going to say is approximately 8 to 10 inches. All right, so there's that. And then, of course, you're going to need your rhinestones again. So for this one, we're going to stamp Merry Christmas on the label. So I'm going to get my ink pad and my label. Tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. And let me see how far I can bring it down and still be in the screen here. There we go. Okay, it's a little hard to see from way up there. All right. There we go. close that up. Okay, now then, the instruction actually tells you how many inches of ribbon, which is the coolest thing. Look, it says right here 6 inches. So don't mind me, don't do 8 inches, do 6 inches, and you'll have enough ribbon for all of your projects, okay? All right. Now this is pretty easy assembly. We're going to be layering this part on. I'm once again using my liquid glue, whoops, wherever it calls for the adhesive dots. So I'll put my plaid right here, and OCD says to make sure it's upright, not at any weird angles, which it is, so that's good. There we go, nicely done. Okay, and then we're going to put the red banner right over the top of that. Okay, just like this. Okay. And then our Merry Christmas is going to get popped up on dimensionals. So I'll bring those in. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if I can make that straight. There we go. That's beautiful. Okay, now instead of liquid glue, you would definitely want to use your little adhesive dots for your bow, or I'm going to use my glue dots because I have these right here. So I like to save those little adhesive dots from the kits, because I like to put those in with little card kits that I give out, and that way I don't have to worry if the person has ever stamped before, if they have any supplies or whatever. I make sure that they have all the supplies that they need. So I love doing that and making sure that the person can craft whatever the project is that I've given them. So that's why I like to use my big stash of stuff. I'm going to make this bow just a bit bigger because it's kind of small and sad. Okay, there we go. And there we have it. All right, there is card number 2. Now, for the inside of this one, honestly, I think I'm just going to do a little cluster of the trees right here on the right-hand side and keep it simple for you tonight, okay? So let me do this. There we go. I really like the idea of it coordinating with the envelopes. Y'all know that I like to do that from the insides to the envelope. And since these envelopes are already pre-done, I think that works out nicely. All right, friends, I know that you're waiting for the alternative projects, and I cannot wait to share them with you because this kit has been so much fun. It's absolutely gorgeous. All of the elements are beautiful, and when you bring in a few bits and pieces from the Peaceful Place collection and a couple of other small things here and there, you end up with some absolutely fabulous alternative projects. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started. Now, this one is a step up of this card. Okay, so what I have done is I've taken one of the green card bases and I cut down a little bit of the paper and used the Scalloped Contours dies to cut this center section out, and then I just popped it up. So if you look from this angle, you can see that it's missing from the back side. So I just popped it up, and then I had dismantled one of the envelopes and also one of those plaid layers, and I cut a little strip of a plaid layer right there, did the Merry Christmas just like this, and then I've used some of the little sequins from the Peaceful Place collection. Okay, so this one's fairly similar in a lot of regards. All right, so that is alternative project number 1. Alternative project number 2 uses one of the envelopes and turns it into a card front. Now the envelopes are fairly thin, so I used a piece of basic white cardstock cut the same size to put right behind the layer, and I used liquid glue liquid glue to adhere the two panels together, and then I've wrapped the sheer red ribbon around the center, put it on dimensionals, and very carefully added strips of dimensional behind the word Noel so that it could be popped up also, and then added a few of the little beautiful rhinestones there. All right, and then on the inside, I don't think I showed you the inside of this one either. On the inside, I've brought those trees in once again, carrying it over to the inside of the card. On this one, this is actually the negative left over from the vellum trees. So once I pushed the vellum piece out, I used the negative piece along with a blending brush and the shaded spruce ink and just colored it to make the trees. And then I stamped the little snowflakes in smoky slate ink. So that one was really nice. So that is both of those cards. Carrying on with the card theme, here is alternative project number 3. This one I made with the tree line, and each time I stamped the row of trees, I second stamped it or stepped it off behind it just slightly so that it looked like it was a fuller forest. And then I've used the smoky slate ink on the snowflakes and did the same thing. So I stamped it and then stamped it off, stamped it off, and so on and so on. And then here are some more of those sequins, the label, and the banner. This is just a strip of cardstock with a strip of mint macaron behind it. So the mint macaron goes really well with the shaded spruce. And then on the inside, the stamp and stamped off version of the front. All right, so cute. I'm going to have a lot of Christmas cards from this kit. They're absolutely beautiful. Okay, the next project is one of these fabulous cards that I know y'all have been seeing. I absolutely love it. It was so much fun. Once again, I took care to add dimension to the center section of the Noel so that it would only attach to the ribbon. That way I could slide it off. And then the card opens up like this. And then inside it's got 3 panels. So 2 of the panels look like this, where I used the plaid front panel from the kit, and then some white cardstock and black cardstock. And then the center panel has the trees and then Peaceful Christmas Wishes stamped right there. Now, if this isn't enough room to put a little Merry Christmas wish, I could always cut another piece of the white cardstock and put it on the back side, and then this whole section would be a nice little sentiment piece, right? So I'm not likely to do a tutorial on this card just yet. I have a long queue of projects that I have to get tutorials made for, so this one's kind of in the wing. However, I will tell you that I got the idea and the measurements and instructions from my super favorite person ever, the Paper Pixie. So you guys can go over to her YouTube channel and check out her video, and she does a really good job showing you how to do this card, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so there's that. And then I moved to some 3D projects. So I took one of our beautiful pillow box die and cut it into basic black cardstock. And then this piece is some leftover scrap from the plaid panel right here. And I used the little 2-hole die to punch that out and put some of that sheer ribbon in. And then this is one of the labels. And I stamped From Our Home to Yours, and then lightly stamped, I think this is like 3rd generation stamping, excuse me, of the snowflakes. You can see how they're not nearly as bright as these ones are. But I wanted it to be nice and subtle so it fills the background, but doesn't distract from the sentiment. I have a Snickers bar in here, by the way, which is super yummy. So anyway, that's alternative project number 5. Okay, and then alternative project number 6 is this super fun little bag. It's got a Velcro opening and a little bag of M&Ms in here, which is fun. And you can see that I've used the Playful Pets trim, and then this is the Hippo and Friends dies, the largest one. Cut the flap for that. And this sentiment piece is from excuse me. This sentiment piece is from the Succulents, Simply Succulents bundle. So it's one of the labels in the die set, and this label right here is actually from the pillow box dies. So that's where I got that from. This, as you can see, is one of the envelope fronts. So I've cut it down and made it the front panel. And then I have a scrap of this left that I'll be able to use on another project that I just haven't figured out yet. So anyway, that is alternative project number 6. And I have saved the best and my most favorite for last. So I am working on a class to go for the Peaceful Place collection, which is the collection that coordinates with all of this. And one of the projects that I am doing with the attendees is kind of a bonus project, and I absolutely love it. But this one is the Paper Pumpkin version. So what makes it Paper Pumpkin is the sentiment, the banner, and the vellum trees in the background. But everything else is from the collection. So the designer series paper, actually I cut these trees from a scrap of one of the green card bases, but the dies are from the collection. The cabin is from the collection, the fence, the beautiful white organdy sparkle ribbon is, and then of course there's some more of those sequins, and it's on a little wooden pallet plaque that I got from the Dollar Tree. So, and I just used a little black twine for the hanger, so it can hang up somewhere, and it's super, super cute. And there's lots and lots of layers to it. I don't know if you can see all of the dimension, especially underneath that label. That is insane, isn't it? So, anyway, it's absolutely fabulous. But anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed all of the alternative projects. I've had so much fun making them. And normally I'm going live on the last Tuesday of the month in my Paper Pumpkin Groupies Facebook group. But I need to get these alternative samples sent off. And so I wanted to be able to show them to you before I did that. because I wouldn't get the opportunity later, and I wasn't sure that I would be able to duplicate all of them. So I wanted to just do this, and I decided the best way was to record a video of our unboxing and then the alternative projects as well. So I hope that you guys love them. If you're not already in the Paper Pumpkin Groupies, you can find it on Facebook by searching Paper Pumpkin Groupies. And if you're not already a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, but you would like to be, you still have time to sign up for the November kit, which is a super, super stinking cute gift packaging set. I can't recall how many there are, at least 9, maybe 12, but I think there's 9, and they're really nice sized. And the one that we got a sneak peek of is a little snowman, and he is just as cute as he can be. So if you'd like to get in on that, there's still time. You need to sign up by the 10th of November. And there will be a link down below for signing up for Paper Pumpkin. So as soon as you do that, you'll be in for that kit. And if you miss it, that's okay. The December kit will ship out on the 11th of December. So the registration period is from the 11th of the month to the 10th of the following month. And then the kits start shipping shortly after. So if you'd like to get in on the Christmas tree packaging, then you want to be signed up by the 10th of November. All right? Okay, I think I've covered everything. If you'd like to get more information about the Peaceful Place class to go, you'll be able to find that over on my Facebook page, the Stampin' Chick Dana Sullivan, and then click the events tab, and you will find that event and all of the details for it in the description. Okay, so you'll be able to find that there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be an in-person and a class to go, so it's going to be kind of a hybrid thing. So for those of you who are not close enough to come and hang out and do the class in person, I will happily ship the class to you, and you'll get a PDF tutorial of the projects, as well as some fabulous products that you will find listed in the class description. All right? Okay, guys, thank you all so very much for watching and hanging out with me this evening. I hope that you have enjoyed all of these beautiful alternative projects. I had so much fun creating them for you. They're so pretty. I just love them. Oh gosh, I just love them. All right. Anyway, thank you all so much for spending time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Until next time, my friends, bye for now.